not the pro qualifiers, the Olympia qualifiers, that's the women's bodybuilding, women's physique, and also wellness. So, what's your thoughts about the number of shows getting cut down, especially when it comes down to divisions like physique and women's bodybuilding?
Unfair.
Well, I mean, the good news was that the announcement yesterday that Natalia made is that
Yes.
she's going to be offering women's bodybuilding in Brazil. So that's a
Yes.
plus.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. That's
So,
a good.
that negates one of the losses. So, you know, that's a replacement for, um, at least the New York Pro. I mean, because it's going to bring some really good athletes when you think about who lives in Brazil. I mean, you think about some of the top Brazilians who compete in women's bodybuilding, and you've got Alcione and Barbara Mogin, and then you've got Lavena. So maybe Lavena and Lavena will make a trip home, just to support it. Who knows? But you got some top athletes there, so I'm excited for them and for Natalia.
Yeah.
That she's included women's bodybuilding, because that's really awesome.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, because I believe this show, it's been, she's been promoted for the last couple of years. They just had it just no more than a few months ago. The winner has been back to back Nana Silva, who's also the current, Masters Olympia champion. Nana, I think she's an amazing body. I think she fits criteria for winning. Also, you have other competitors. There's quite a few competitors that live in South America, Central America, that are women's bodybuilders. That'd be a show for them, especially when I make their pro debut. I remember a while back, a lady, she competed at the Miss International. She made her pro debut at Chicago right after she did Miss International. She's from Brazil, but she lives in Florida, because I remember a while back, Glenn did a photo session with her. I forgot her name. It's in the back of my head. And there's also another lady. She made her debut this year. She did the Portugal Pro, and I think she's from Brazil or so in South America. She's a women's bodybuilder, and that we can use the bodies. And that thing is that we hoping we can get some bodies, because also one thing I'm going to point out is recently, if y'all have heard, that Judy Wetzel has changed directions, and she is no longer going to be women's bodybuilding. This is Julia from the last time competed back in 2024 at the Olympia. That's her and Ava Manello. And Julia is thinking about doing women's physique. No, wellness. She's doing wellness. And I'm kind of, uh, I'm just me. I don't think it's a good move for her. Because I know she recently did a reality game show, which The Beast. What's the name of the show, Alex? It's called?
I think it was called. I think it was called the Beast.
Yeah, it's called Beast Games.
Yeah. And she
Beast
mentioned
Games on Amazon.
Yeah, and she mentioned she dropped 40 pounds for that reality show, which is not her. Her, also, Sydney Gillen was on the show, and also another lady who's the IFBB pro. I think she just got pro, just at the at the Olympia amateurs. You know, to me, I think with her height and size, I think she should have just either went down to back to WPD.
Yeah, I agree with that. She's pretty. She was a pretty good big girl, and your body wellness is a very curvy division. And also the girls that are in wellness, they're just a lot of them are already naturally built that way. So I would have probably dropped down to women's physique first if you decide to go to wellness. Just lose some of the muscle and drop down. Just kind of tight, get a little bit leaner for women's physique because some of the physique girls are pretty big. So she probably, could have just dropped down to that.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that makes a lot more sense because those women. That's why I think for one thing, the Brazilians have dominated that division for the past years ever since it was brought into the IFBB and the NPC. And the top five competitors, has been in the Olympia have been Brazilians. Maybe a handful of maybe some white women, some black women had cracked into that top 10, but mostly the top 3 to top 5 is Brazilian. Here's some pictures here. This is her before. This is her after. She has good, decent, but I don't, like I said again, she's a big girl. She's kind of tall.
Yes. Was there a
And
reason why she was why she said she was going down?
well, she said in her comment because she did the Beast Games, she lost 40 pounds. And for that reason, she felt like wellness was a division for her. But if you look at for these pictures here, she does not have the quad size. She doesn't, the glutes, not so much. I don't know. Really, she could have done WPD. That would have been a division for her. Anybody else got something to say?
I'm just gonna miss seeing her on that, on that stage, because she did bring some excitement. Being that big, there's not a lot of competitors that have her height and have her muscularity, and like I said, it was always exciting to just see that she was going to be on stage. So yeah, the wellness division is a division where you're born with those curves, and with the pear shape physique, and you see a lot of that with the Latina girls. I mean, I've been it all my life, so it's the sport that I'm like, oh, that's going to be a sport or a division for the Latin girls. And as you see, the Latin girls do take over that division just because they're
curvy,
born like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just having big legs and having muscular legs doesn't necessarily fit you into that division as far as as far as it goes. But she claims she feels really good at that weight, being 40 pounds lighter, and that's personal. I was watching I don't know if y'all have followed the YouTube sort of a short documentary about what was her George, what was her name? We were talking about her on Instagram. She was a blonde back in the 80s. In 1986, she competed at the Nationals the year that Kathy
Wasowski.
No, not Denise, but the other one. Not Denise. But she used to work out with Denise. I told you I'd seen her at Hank's gym one time in Houston.
You're talking about I forgot. Was it God, I remember the conversation. Give me, I think I can find it back when I have my phone on right now. It was, but yeah, I think we were talking about her. If it's on,
we talked about how tall she was, and she was
Nicole Bass.
Nicole Bass, right? And that documentary is very interesting because you begin to understand that, we don't understand how women who are that tall, the stigma they get, the bullying they get when they're young girls, because usually they're the tallest ones in their grade school. And we've all been kids before, and we know that kids can be and say mean things. And Nicole Bass ended up having a lot of insecurities on account of people teasing her about her height, and it was always hard. And so I wonder sometimes if when Mule says she feels better at her weight, I'm sure with her height she's also looked at by people that don't understand the sport, and we all have been ridiculed for having too much muscle. I mean, even I have, and I only stand at 5 foot tall. And it's just where we feel comfortable at. If she feels comfortable at where she's at right now, and she doesn't see a need to keep adding more and more muscles just to chase a trophy, then I applaud her for living to her truth. That's what we all want to do. We want to all be happy, doing what we love to do and being where we want to be. So kudos to her.
Yeah.
Bless her soul.
That's a choice.
She's going to be missed.
That's a choice.
I'm going to miss seeing her.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say this: it would be better off for just a step away from competition. Because if you're going to go to a division like wellness, it's going to be a struggle. Because you're going to be competing women who are like a lot shorter, who are genetically predisposed for that division, and honestly, again, she says she feels more comfortable. I would say just went through with the women's physique. Oh, we got some guests here. Shout out to my man here, Josh Simpkins in the house. Welcome, Josh.
Happy Sunday Fun Day, Empire Nation. How's it going?
Yeah. Hey, how
Hey,
you doing? How you
Josh.
doing?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hello.
How's it going?
Also, we have OCB Pro Nicole Strauss. We hadn't had Nicole on here for a while. How you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hi,
Hi.
everybody.
What's
Hi,
Hi,
going
Nicole.
on?
Nicole.
Hey.
Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
hey,
Hello, Nicole.
Hey, good to see all you guys. Hello.
yeah, yeah,
How's it
You
going?
yeah. What?
too.
Yeah, and that's the thing about, like, especially we talk about Nicole, Christina and Nicole moving over. And I think, if was Wellness was in a little bit, a few more years earlier, I think that would be a good move for her. Both her and Julia are gonna have to drop a lot of muscle density because I know a couple ladies who
Mm-hmm.
have made that switch. Julia Beverly, she just announced she's going back to physique, and she did wellness last year and the year before. I know Daphne Holmes, who I got to see meet when I was at Tampa, and Daphne has some killer arms. Daphne's like wow, and I think that was the reason why she moved back to women's physique after she did wellness. I mean, it's about working your aesthetics, how your body grows, how you build, and both Daphne and Jada are women of mixed cultures. Daphne, she's Haitian, makes her black, and Jada, she's something. I think she is black, but for debate about that. But I think with Jada with her, she's kind of tall, and that's maybe was a good move why she's moving back because she looked great last time she was physique. That was at the 2023 Daytona Pro. And this is a person we talk about quite often on my channel, and I think would be a great exchange, and that's Tiff Sam. She
Ooh.
I mean, she
Oh
posted.
yeah.
I mean,
I
she tried going to WPD before, but somebody told her like, "No, you should stay in wellness." Because I followed for her quite a while. So it was like, so she gave another crack at wellness, but didn't work out.
I'm telling this girl, I don't see. Her quads are huge. They're too huge even for wellness. They don't want to be too dominant. But a lot of the wellness girls post very feminine kind of poses and pictures. She's posting like she's a bodybuilder. She's a bodybuilder technically, but like a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look
No,
at those
no,
quads.
kind of. No, what I think kind of sucks is that like her body is like so dope, but it's like where do you fit in? Sometimes you don't fit into any of the categories, and then you got judges telling you, "Oh, try this one, try that one." It's like it's not easy to transform your body from one category to the next. Like okay, you're too big for wellness. Try this division. Now you gotta change. Now you gotta change your body to fit that category. It's not that. It's not easy. Like
Mm-mm.
in
You
Mm-mm.
her
almost have to
situation,
make up in your mind, this
yeah,
is how far I'm gonna go, this is what I wanna do, and this is it. Either if you wanna do women's bodybuilding, you have to keep the muscle on and you have to add muscle. If you wanna do wellness, you have to do the workouts. Your workouts even change
yeah,
towards what division you go to. So yeah, you have to
Mm-hmm.
make up in your mind what you are willing to do and what you're not willing to do.
yeah. It's like she's being tossed around. Like try this, try that, and every judge is gonna tell you something different.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
That's what we talk about how the judges need to stick to the criteria of that
yeah,
division. If this
yeah,
person doesn't fit that division, you need to honestly tell her you might need to go either up or you might either change your training methods where you are putting out too much muscle. You don't want to be too buff, too big. She's been Olympia. She earned Olympic qualification in wellness, but again, it's about where she wants to go. But
Yep.
from my eye
Mm-hmm.
view, this woman is too aesthetically close to women's physique and women's bodybuilding.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, working on.
She looks amazing. She's got
Yeah.
amazing potential for. Her legs are huge and just needs to. And I'm sure she's working them out 3 days a week if she's a wellness competitor. But she looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely has evolved into WPD and or women's bodybuilding.
Mm-hmm. Work on her upper body a little bit more.
Yep.
Ooh, she's gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks
Yeah.
young. How old is she?
I don't know. I know. Gotta be. She
30
might be in
something. I don't
her
know.
maybe early 30s, because
Wow.
that's a possibility.
Now, where does she
Uh,
live? Where's she from?
I know she lives in Vegas,
Uh,
but I think she's
she's from
from
Lebanon. I can't even say it.
Lebanon.
Lebanon, but yeah. Now
Oh,
she lives in
Lebanon.
Jersey.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Okay.
okay. She lives just that because she's a picture with Big Jane, and Big Jane lives in Jersey. Her coach, Biggie Smalls, he works out there. So yeah, so she's worked
Yeah.
there. So yeah. Okay, Jersey. Okay, Jersey. Got
Wow.
family up there still. Yeah, and it's again about what's the future for a lot of these competitors. As you know, we
Mm-hmm.
have Melissa Tyke. She stepped away from competition. Recently a couple ladies that follow, like Michaela Aycock, says she's retired. Barbara Majan, who I interviewed before, says she's retired. I mean, the thing is that it's good to say, you know what, I did what I did, and to walk away. But again, you know, what's the future for, especially for a division like women's physique, women's bodybuilding? And we just had the nationals just wrapped up just last month, and we're seeing new competitors like Montana Frey, who got a pro card,
Mm-hmm.
Kelly Larkins. Uh, some people that we are really a lot of talk about is Dylan Crenshaw.
Oh yeah,
Um,
she's top of the town.
Also, yeah, and also there's a couple of ladies I interviewed recently
Courtney,
are just said what.
I said Courtney, legendary gangs of Vanek and all them, and who are really making a name for themselves.
The
Yeah.
thing of with women's bodybuilding, though, once they get their pro cards, we got to get the ladies to do the shows, the pro shows. Because what happens is, and I know several people, I got friends that are pros, they haven't done a pro show in years. And they'll get their pro card in. And, that's to each their own. You can venture out if you just do it for training purposes, put it on your resume. But the thing with women's bodybuilding is if you get your pro card in women's bodybuilding, at least try to do a couple of shows to support that division, because if not, what happens is the less people they see, the more they'll go, well, we really don't need that division because we don't have anybody signing up for it.
It's a
Yeah,
numbers
I don't
game,
understand.
because
I
that's
never
one
understood
thing.
that. Why
That's
when
what we
people
do.
get their pro card, they don't do pro shows.
Well, too, it depends. I've
Well,
noticed in the last couple of years, a lot of girls. It depends on who shows up to nationals, because if you're lean enough, you may not have the size, but you might be super lean. And
Hmm.
then once they get their pro card, then you're going up against girls that are huge, and you're thinking, okay, I need to take some years, which is fine. I need to get some years to put some size on. That's been happening a lot here in the last couple of years.
Okay, it
yeah,
makes sense, but
yeah, because
yeah, I mean it makes sense, but still, you're still gonna. I don't know.
Still put
I
your
don't
I
think.
would still get out there to see where I stack up.
Yeah,
See
exactly.
where
Just to
you're
see.
at. See where you're at. See, hey, do I
Yeah, that
need
makes
to,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
go do a show. See where you stack up at. See
Hmm.
where you're at. Get the judges' feedback and work on what you need to work on.
Yeah, because I did
yeah,
my pro debut. Well, you guys, I spoke to you guys on
yeah, you were just
when I
Chesapeake.
did my show. I did my pro debut,
Yeah,
but I
Chesapeake.
knew because I watch shows, so I knew that I was like, I'm not gonna beat these women because some of them had probably been, they've been, competing as pro
For a
athletes for
while,
years.
yeah.
So I already knew, but I was like, I'm gonna do it anyway just to see what a pro show is like and to see
Exactly.
what to expect. So,
Kind of like
but I
watching
knew
film.
yeah, I wasn't expecting to place in the top. I mean, I made it to overall. I was happy, but I wasn't the woman I was going up against. I was like, nah, there's no way in hell, you know. So yeah, definitely. But like Keith said, remember Keith? He was like, once you go pro, you're gonna start from the bottom.
Yeah.
Starting from the
Hmm.
bottom and working your way back up. So I already had that mentality when I was going in. Like, all right, I'm just gonna do the best I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to my big brother. He just had knee surgery just last month. He's recovering pretty good. Hoping maybe he gets in a better condition. We might have him back on one of the lives, but I know he needs some time to recover. But shout out to my big brother, Mr. Big Keith Williams. And yeah, because I remember there was a bodybuilder back in the day. I forgot her name. Great physique, beautiful body. She got a pro card, but then she decided because of the cost of the expense of being a pro, she decided not to compete. Potential was missed. I mean, and the thing is, you got to really think about. why do you compete just to, okay, get your pro card and just sit on it for like a lady who we both met, me and Eunice met, April Cosmato, who she got a pro card like 11 years ago and finally made a debut. And that's I know with her, we did interview. She said that she did a lot of stuff. She got divorced from a wife, and there are a lot of things going on. Life can happen. That's one reason. But sometimes you don't want to wait too long because you might miss that window. But if you've seen April, she looks amazing. Her pro debut, she looked really good. And then her next show, she looked a lot better. Her condition was just on point. And it's good also to find that right coach because she works with Justin Jacoby, and he has quite a few ladies. He's really become I think the next Mr. Bodybuilder Whisperer. So one person I was going to have interview her yesterday, but she lives up in New York, and I know Nicole, y'all been having some problems up in New York. Y'all having snow and stuff. The weather.
Oh yeah, it's a blizzard. You see it? It's crazy. There's a blizzard out here.
Well, me and Diana Perez, I interviewed Diana year before last. This was right after she turned pro at the 2024 Nationals. And Diana, we reached out and we were going to do an interview. But I said, well, no, let's try to do another time when the weather's a little better. And maybe she's going to make her pro debut at New York for 2026 for this year. And she's a young lady. She also serves our country in the military. I will say, anybody who serves our military, I don't say thank you for your service. I appreciate the fact you made on behalf of our country. And she competed both. Yeah, she competed both women's bodybuilding and physique at the 2024 Nationals. She got a pro card in women's physique, and she sent me this picture of her. It was a side by side of her from last year when she was like 127. I think it was 117, 127. She's right now at 160.
Oh wow,
she was pretty impressive. I mean, that's a whole about 30-20 about her and her fiance. Her friend is Mia. She's graduated. They moved to New York recently, but she's really has. This is, I said, folks. This is to me the definition of women's physique. The girls that you're seeing now are getting too far beyond the criteria, and that's why I keep saying, I think some should settle about thinking about moving up.
Yeah, that's another issue. A lot of them, they like women's physique, but they're really women's bodybuilding, but they're still placing top 5 too, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not fair. I don't think.
That's the problem with the judging. The judges need to, if you don't fit that criteria, you should be, pushing the women down who look more like, women's physique, who look more like women's bodybuilding down to next to the bottom and tell them, hey, this is not your division. You need to go up.
Now that's women's physique right there.
Wow.
Where it fits more your aesthetic, because you're getting too big. Like one person who I also got to meet when I was in Tampa. Me and David met her, and that's Dr. Meg. And Dr. Meg, this chick, she posted. I saw this post from the Female Bodybuilding Channel that she's right now to say that she's over 200 pounds. Now, this chick, that's huge.
That's women's bodybuilding right there.
Huge.
Yeah. And she's tall, isn't she? She's pretty tall.
Yeah, because I know me and David, I think me and David like maybe 5'6", 5'7". She got maybe 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, she's tall. Yeah.
And you remember one point she earned a pro card as a figure competitor. Then she moved over to wellness. And I was watching a thing where somebody was doing talking about her, said that she left wellness because the fact was she was having some lower back issues. And then she made her debut at Tampa, where she was second to Zama Benta. And if you've seen Zama, her physique is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm saying, with the loss of Christina Mendoza, she'd be a good replacement.
Definitely sure would.
Still don't know.
I mean,
It's up to her. She really likes being in physique for so long after that transition. Either lose some.
The thing is, I think
Either lose a bit of muscle or just lose a bit of pounds or switch. That's her.
Yeah, the hard thing
I
with
think
that though is a lot of the girls that are top five, they're big. I mean, look at Rachel Daniels. Look at her legs. She's huge
Mm-hmm.
now. But she's gonna, when she goes in, she's gonna be in the top five easy.
yeah, and she now has to start over again because she was going to do the Olympia, but she had dropped out for personal reasons. And then you have right behind Sarah and Natalia, a lady who I mentioned earlier, Zama Benta.
Mhm.
And Zama is, I would say straight out, she's a beast. She has crazy size. I mean, she even a while back, I remember she even competed in women's bodybuilding for a stint. Um, you know, this is again,
Look at them. Look at
her
them
waistline's
delts.
pretty
Look at them
good.
shoulder traps.
Yeah,
Look at that V tape
and
X frame. What you want to call it? She has it all.
would you think she? Yeah, would you think she would Zama do good in women's bodybuilding if she decided to move up?
I think
She's
she
a
should.
high, yeah, she's a
Most
hybrid.
definitely.
Yeah,
Hey, I'd like to see her right next to Ashley Jones.
Yes.
Woo! Those lats.
They both have an amazing back.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, I would love to see them.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that the back can make or break how you place at these shows.
Mhm.
Her shoulders are delts. Again, it goes back to the judging criteria where they're not demanding these ladies, hey, especially when bodybuilders survive, we need they need most definitely competitors who are serious and committed to the division and who has those aesthetics. That's the debate of it. For order for it to make it, it's up to the women to make decisions. And you know what? I want to move up. I saw this recently that Linda Murray was on episode, I think it was Prime Time Muscle. It's not out yet. It probably will be out to maybe later on this week, where there were guests. And the discussion is going to be about the new episode, The State of Women's Bodybuilding, coming soon. And
Ooh,
you have
I saw that.
Linda, you have Alita Popa, and in the middle you have I gotta do it, folks. I gotta do it. You're safe. I want that money.
that's
I want that gun.
Yeah, all right.
I can't help it. Every time I see I gotta do it. And here's we're gonna show Linda here talking about it. Here she is, right here.
Okay, guys, I'm on the set of Prime Time Muscle, and we just finished wrapping up with Tim and Tarek an episode on women's bodybuilding, the state of women's bodybuilding, and what we could all do. Right, Tim?
Hey,
It was good.
absolutely.
Yeah, it was absolutely. Was it good, Tarek?
Derek, was it good?
It was awesome. Congratulations. Wait until this comes out. Contentious.
Yes, there you go. All right, guys. All right. See ya.
Well, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see
Yeah,
that.
probably-
I want to know what the state of women's bodybuilding, what they mean by
Yeah,
that.
it's must watch.
Yeah.
You have 8-time Miss Olympia, Linda Murray, twice top contender for the Olympia title, Lena Popa. I mean, it'd been great if they had another, Miss Olympia on there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, you guys. I know. I'm a fan. I think Andrea. I keep saying this about Andrea. She came in the time I think when women bodybuilding needed someone to come in and to bring it up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's still struggling because we don't have promoters, or sponsorship. As you know, in a couple of months is going to be a Triple O Dynasty, and Eunice, she has some news to share with us.
Oh yeah, we just one of the we look forward to supporting the Triple O Dynasty because the promoters are women, and so there's not a lot of shows where the promoters are women, especially that's going to promote women's bodybuilding. And as you know, I'm a huge women's bodybuilding promoter. I mean, supporter, because that's the only division that there was back when I started. So my heart has always been in women's bodybuilding, and so we will be silver sponsors for the Triple O Dynasty, and
Yay!
Congrats!
thank
Yay!
you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Bad Rap will also be, of course, we will be crowning the women's bodybuilder and the women's figure girl with our Bad Rap varsity jackets, for champions.
Yay!
So we're really looking forward to
That's
that.
right.
Awesome.
Yay!
All right, that's great news.
That is dope. That's a huge
So,
accomplishment.
I want to thank everybody here on this podcast, because you guys have been the fuel behind Bad Rap. Each one of you, Alex, you're so consistent with helping us every way you can. And of course, George, you mention us all the time. And Beverly, any chance you get, I always tag you, and you post the stories. And Josh, I mean, you even purchased a hoodie from us. So I want to thank all of y'all, because everything we do, every profit we make goes back to helping promoters or helping athletes. And that's what our brand's about. So we're just really looking forward to 2026, because we feel like we're going to be even bigger. We're going to do better this year. We keep growing, we keep spreading, and I can't wait to one day, and I have my eye on which show that we hope to be promoting the women's bodybuilding, or at least sponsoring that division. So keep doing what you're doing, keep helping us in every which way you can, keep tagging us, because the more we spread out there, the more we sell and the more we can give.
Yay. And I'll let y'all know too. I have a show, a tentative. I'm not gonna throw the date out yet, but it is this year. My coach said I am on track. He said we're just gonna have to get you freaky, freaky lean. He said, I'm not worried about the size, it's the leanness. But for now I'm on track. So he was real happy. He's been
Yay!
happy with a lot of my progress pictures
Congrats.
and everything. I built my legs up, which I'm a tall girl also, but my husband, he's been working out with me, and he's got huge turkey legs. So I've been doing a lot of workouts with him. And so he's been really pushing me, and my coach. So I just saw him last week. So I'm on track. So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed and not to jinx myself. So
Well,
Oh,
she
congrats.
already let me in some of her plan, so I'll keep it to myself because
yeah. But
we have here some comments. We're so talking so much we forgot our guests are here. We have here my man DJ Jeff. He's coming through. Says, "Hey George." He says this. He says, shout out to Jeff. He says, "Happy birthday, Apex." Or he said, "I'm sorry, you misspelled your name." He says, "Alex."
Apex.
Next week, his birthday. Also, he says this. This is from DJ. He says, "I have my Instagram get hacked." Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Sorry about that. Also, this is from,
I know how you feel. That happened
last
once.
yeah, last minute it happened to me too. Last man standing says wellness is the popular division. That's why you're seeing Christina Mendoza, Shanique Grant, and now Julia jumping ship. Yeah, it's a popular division. But again, some of those women,
Yep.
they really need to think about if that fits for them. I think with Shanique, she was when she stopped competing, she was young, just in 26, 25. So she had at least a good 5 years to lay off and really to grow and maybe to change her body. And I think it works for her. But for women like Julia and Christina, they still have those aesthetics from women's bodybuilding and from physique that they have gained over the years. It's going to take them more time. And they are much older. They're women in their mid 30s compared to Shanique, who was in her mid 20s when she stepped away from bodybuilding, from competition. We had this also from my man, Last Man Standing. He says, I was on the IFB and saw the Chicago and Tampa are no longer going on the women's bodybuilding schedule list. Do you think that's a mistake would Tim Gardner really drop that? Well, let me check something real quick, because it was
Yeah,
it
last year,
was on there.
Tampa Pro almost got dropped. Was almost gone for good. Remember that?
I
Yeah,
could
and
have
I'm
swore I saw a women's
hoping.
bodybuilder on this shit. I hope it didn't.
Well, usually sometimes right after the new year, they do format and change the list a bit.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
going
they
to go
do.
in here and yeah, because you know what? There was like one point they did have women's bodybuilding um for New York, but then they changed the list. So I'm here in the link. I'm going to pull up the women's bodybuilding, and I'm gonna look over here. Let's see, 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 let's. Oh my God,
No,
Oh
they
my.
they did
Uh
he
not.
is right.
So they
oh.
pulled Tampa and Chicago.
Are you serious right now? I was looking forward to
Mm,
seeing women's bodybuilding in Chicago.
Mm-mm.
Well, maybe that's what they were
yeah,
talking about, the state of women's bodybuilding. Maybe they're going to start pulling the shows.
yeah. Just because I'm looking
Damn.
at here, I just took a look at the women's physique, and I see they have Chicago and Tampa,
But it says
and then I look
Masters,
over here, women's bodybuilding.
Masters in Chicago and Masters in Tampa. So I'm wondering if that's what they're going to, like all women's
All of
bodybuilding.
it. There's not even masters for women's bodybuilding.
In Tampa or Chicago?
Neither, because I have showed like
Dang.
I got the pro masters, and each they have their women's bodybuilding division, and also the Titans has women's 40 plus. So I'm gonna have to unfollow Tim Gardner. I
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
I just
George,
I,
what schedule do you have? Are you looking at?
I'm looking for this year's schedule.
Yeah, but I
Uh,
mean, I was looking at the schedule too. I don't know. Mine's not detailed. It just says open plus masters 40, 45, 50, and 55.
well, are you looking in the part with women's bodybuilding exclusively? Because I'm looking at the
Yeah,
part because I can get yeah.
yeah. I'm looking at the women's bodybuilding only,
Well,
exclusively.
I, well, I don't see any. I don't see Chicago or Tampa.
See, I see both, and I was
Let
looking
me
at
let me,
that this morning,
let me update it a
and
bit
I
because
did a photo shot screen of it. So I don't know. It says Tampa open plus masters 40, 45, 50, and 55.
no, I don't see it because I can go over the women's physique and see that they have it Chicago and Tampa, and they're like Chicago is the 17th to the 18th, and Tampa is the 30th to the first, and they're doing masters for 45, 40 to 45 to 55 for both physique, but not one thing for women's bodybuilding. What the fuck?
Mm-mm-mm.
So that cuts down the shows down too. There's a natural show, which I don't know how you can do. That's usually just going to be smaller physique competitors jumping over there who do natural. So now I'm like I said again, I'm just going to have to unfollow Tim Gardner. I'm not
The way you
following. I'm
said
not following.
it.
I am not. I supported him. I watched his show. I went there, shook the man's hand, and you do this shit to me, Jake, Jake.
not not just you, us.
Yeah, I understand,
Yeah.
and that's frustrating because I think that's what they're going to talk about on prime time.
That's
That's what I was
yeah.
just, yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, we
yeah.
connect the dots. Yeah.
That's what
So
I was
when
thinking.
is it scheduled for? When does primetime normally air?
I don't know. It probably maybe best person to be asking is maybe whoever runs that station. Like I said, I don't follow that much. Only reason I can pay attention is because every now and then
I'm
let's
gonna
talk about
reach
something
out
like
to I'm gonna reach out to Linda and see when that is.
yeah. We have here some comments here. This is from my man. Shout out to my man. The message says I was on IP's website. They saw that the Chicago Pro where has no longer on the women's schedule. Do you think it was a mistake? Would Tim Gardner would really remove the division from his show? He's gonna say because not enough numbers and not enough women. It's still
Yeah.
money thing. Also, he says, this person says, I don't see either show on the Win by schedule anymore on the official website. It's from Man Brown Ball. He asked, says, are they not doing these shows anymore in Chicago or Tampa? Seem like they're not. We got here from a man, DJ says, hey, Nicole, how you doing? He says, also to me, he says, George, I have power in North Carolina. Congratulations. This is from a man, the Brown Baldy says, military vet here. Thanks for showing veterans love on your channel. Not a problem because my oldest niece and one of my young nephews served. I always want to show them love. Also says, they said, definitely agree with some women in the physique division. Definitely look like they belong in bodybuilding category. Again from Brown Baldy, he says, putting her against Ashley Jones or even Andrea Shaw is some big shoes to fill. Let's talk about Zombenta. This is from a man, Jeremy Remo says, I can't believe Chicago and Tampa have both now been pulled from the Win Vitamin schedule for this year. Yeah, that's Jeremy. He runs his channel, The Art of Female Muscle. And also, which is for me, but I don't see anything for Atlanta this year either, unless I missed something. Well, Atlanta's going to have Win Vitamin because most definitely Atlanta's going to have it. So this is something that kind of changes.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe they're going to announce other locations. We'll see.
That's the thing.
Well, I mean, it was, Linda Murray and Alina Popa. So, they've got to have a plan. And there are advocates. So
yeah, they better have a game plan going in.
That's let's just hear to see what's
going to happen. Yeah.
Maybe they're all going to increase the prize money for the limited shows they have, and that would be also a good move because you'll have more entries.
Yeah, I know. I saw Rania. I can't pronounce her last name. I don't want to mess it up. She was saying she was going to do Chicago, and now with that show gone, I know quite a few other ladies would like to do Chicago because that's a great show to start. So now they either have a choice of Atlanta, Toronto, or forced to go. I would say not say forced, but have to go overseas and do Portugal or Spain.
I met Rania at the expo. She said, didn't she said she was going to do the triple O first, or did she
I
change
saw. Yeah. I'm partial to Texas. I wish they would at least do one bodybuilding show with one of the shows here in Texas, a pro show. And I wish they would.
Well, I mean, it's not a matter of that they don't want to. It's just a matter of who you're going to get to pay for the sanction fee of $12,000.
Oh yeah, true.
It's just all about finding the sponsor for Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not because they don't want to have it. It's because if you find a sponsor for it, then they'll have it.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised nobody's sponsored it here, though.
Well, like again, you know how it is. It's a money thing. They feel like if it's not worth the time investment, and then you don't have in New York you only had 3 women. In Atlanta you had 4. I think you barely had maybe 8 for Atlanta. I mean for Tampa. Chicago maybe about 9. And those ladies would you got to take those ladies that were doing masters and open for Chicago, Tampa, and Atlanta. And it's a numbers game. I'm like, again, as a content creator, especially as a fan of women's bodybuilding, this is frustrating. To keep seeing and keep seeing us keep having it, and just when women's bodybuilding kind of just came up from the brink after
it was the OG of women's all the categories. Women's bodybuilding has been around before you had women's physique, before you had bikini and all of that. It's like the foundation.
That's right. Talk to him.
Women's.
Yeah. We have a comment here. Shout out to my man, Last Man Standing. I could be an error by the IFBB website. It has last updated on Friday. Optimistic view, it was a website error. I don't know. Because like I said again, they do have women's physique at the Tampa and Chicago Pro. So that's not an error. That was a decision. And again,
Yeah.
I would say this to you, any guy out there, and you are a fan of the division, and you have the means and the ways. If you have the money, and I know you're like these rich guys. You spend like maybe $10,000 on a car you don't barely drive. You sit in the parking lot. It's just because you like it because it's nice, or more than that. You can reach out to these promoters. There's one guy, I think you was talking about him, and he runs a little website. We don't get details about it, but he's offering $1,000 for competitors, and but you can put that money to maybe reach out to a promoter. And if you got the money like that, brother, you can maybe sponsor a women's bodybuilding show. But that's up to you. I know you want to make your money back, but hey, right now you got a president that loves rich people and gives you tax credits and all that other shit. So we got here my man Jeremy, the Art of Female Muscle, coming through.
The Merlin, my
Hey.
man Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey,
Happy Sunday
welcome,
fun
Jeremy.
day.
Well,
So-
well, I wish it was a fun day. I'm kind of just a little snowed in here along with
Yes.
everybody else. So
We don't have snow here. We have ice.
We got ice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey, Jeremy.
we got ice.
yeah,
Except for Alex, I think Alex got warm conditions. Like Alex, I want to hurt you, brother. I love you. I want to hurt you.
It's fine. It's Florida. I got used to it. I mean, we just had some cold weather earlier this month. I know Disney did one of their marathons. I can tell it wasn't easy, for some of the runners to.
yeah.
So I think one of your sponsors, do you know what these people? I think her and her daughter recently could participate in the running vacation at Disney World. Do you know her running? What's her name again? I think she's a fitness competitor or a figure competitor.
Eric, who?
So I'm trying to forget her. I'm sorry, no, but you get my point. We just had some cold weather up one night.
Well, we're about to say Jeremy because I know you got something to say. That's why you come.
Oh, I was going to say that. Yeah, okay. Cold is kind of relative because up where my cousins used to live in Duluth, -25.
Ooh.
So really, really, really
It's
cold up
earthquake
there.
today from the.
I just mentioned that, brother. I just freeze my balls off right now.
But yeah, I was surprised to see that Chicago and Tampa got pulled from the schedule. Actually, those are 2 of 5 from what I see here. Let me see if I can pull up the others real quick.
Well, we know New York.
New York is
Vancouver.
gone. Yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I mean, out of the recent schedule that they had.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
And
see
Vancouver
here.
Island, and now Chicago and Tampa. And this just last year, Tupelo
Oh.
added 50 and 40 plus women's bodybuilding to this show, but they're not gonna have that show this year.
Well, altogether, you've got the Masters Puerto Rico Pro. That's gone. Chicago Pro, Tampa Pro. Let's see here. The France Natural Pro, and then what was shaping up to be the big Natural Pro show here in America. Ben Weider Natural Pro is gone too, and that's all for women's bodybuilding.
Well, not so much
They haven't touched women's physique schedule yet because they haven't done anything with that since January 7th.
Yeah, because I could check because most definitely the question is with natural bodybuilding, women's bodybuilding, all this just gonna be physique players who can probably who are natural can do that. I mean, it's unrealistic in truth to try to do natural women's bodybuilding. This is something that just I'm not gonna say where I understand, but it's frustrating.
Exactly. What can you say?
Yeah.
I won't say the word I understand, but it's frustrating. And I watch these shows and I support these shows. I will watch
it's so easy to reach out to if people really want to have women's bodybuilding. Think about how many fans there are with women's bodybuilding. And if you got even 24 people together to help sponsor and sanction a bodybuilding show, that's not a lot of money. If you had 24 people that would pledge,
Isn't the
$500 a piece.
Isn't the sanction fee something like $10,000 altogether?
10 to 12,000.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So you need like if you have like a 24 people put $1,000, that's 24,000. 12
Yeah,
to
but
cover sanction
what I'm
fee.
saying is if you got 24 people and each put $500,
That's still about $10,000 right there.
right? Yeah, I mean,
You've also got
the thing
fans of this.
is we have enough fans. There's enough fans to step up to the plate and put their money where their mouth is.
Well, I wish I was one of them. I wish I had the money to do it
Man.
right now because I'm trying to save to go to a show. And
Yeah,
I
George,
wish-
but you can tell them what you're going to do for the Triple O.
Yes, my friend Eunice just reached out to me, and I am going to sponsor a jacket for women's bodybuilding match.
Yay! Yay! Awesome.
Awesome news.
As
That's
often as I
awesome.
said this, I'm going to, even though I'm most definitely going to, because I was going to offer a little more, but he said, give as much you feel it can give. And she told me how much. I said, okay, I can work with that. Because as often I said this, I'm a man of my word. And I love to do that. I would love to do more. Maybe in the future I can. But right now, if maybe some windfall happened, if I had get in the accident or play the lotto and win some money, yeah, I would love to do more. But let's go back to the subject of what's the year is going to be. Now with this news, we have now a lot of bodybuilders who are not qualified for the Olympia this year. One thing Jake could do, Jake, you won the Olympia. Make it top 5 like you do for men's open. That means women like Lavinia, Angela, not Lavinia, Angela Alcione don't have to compete. They compete if they want to, but they got their spot. And also, as we all know, the Rise of Phoenix last year, it was top 3 that qualified for the Olympia. Because he runs, that's his show. It's still, even though he runs the Olympia, he still runs the Rise of Phoenix, and Wings of Strength. So if Andrea doesn't pop in and do the Rise of Phoenix this year, you have 3 women who will qualify. Last year it was Andrea, Natalia, Kay, and also Amanda Santos. Amanda, she dropped out because of her own personal reasons, so that cut down the numbers. Natalia Kovalev, she has issues. She needs to get that fixed. She'll get such a visa key over here. Another, Anastasia Kovalev, just saw she did an interview with the Female Bodybuilding Channel. She's possibly making her competition return. But the thing is, if she does not have her visa taken care of, she cannot compete at the Olympia. Now, I know she married her husband, who is an asshole, but also he's an Israeli citizen. So maybe that can help her out. The thing is, we need to find out. I'm still trying to get over